Last call for alcohol, honey. Let's talk about the haves and have-nots tonight a little bit before I take it on in. This is season 6, episode 6, Hannah's Tea, honey. And child, we open up with Wyatt and Justin still fighting when Jim comes in because he heard the noise, and that ended the fight. Justin told Wyatt don't call Jeffrey again, made that perfectly clear to him a couple of times as Jim is standing there asking what's going on, and he ain't saying nothing. He just go on and leave. So after he leaves, Jim is asking questions to Wyatt, and Wyatt ain't trying to hear none of that. All he want to do is tell his dad about getting up out of his place. Jim said he not leaving till um he have a word with Wyatt. Jim asked Wyatt, do you really think, son, that I'm scared of you? And that fool said yes. And Jim said, why? Because you think I'm going to jail? He said, oh, I am. I know you're going to jail. I'm going to testify. I've already done it, and I'm going to do it again. And I don't care if I got to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. You going to jail. Uh, he wanted Wyatt to realize in that moment that that ain't what you really want to do, and to realize that he needs him and Katherine a little bit more than what he think he does. Okay, he said Wyatt didn't know how to manage his money, and he gonna eventually go broke. And we can see, I mean, he talked about that apartment. Even the person that did the deal for him with that apartment said that apartment went for too much. He paid too much for it. So Wyatt said Jim never taught him how to even manage his money or anything else. So they and Jim apologized to him for not being there and teaching him things that a father's supposed to. And Wyatt said, he asked Wyatt not to talk to the DA. Wyatt said he already have talked to Salison, and he'll speak again. Again, like I said, he's willing to take it all the way to the Supreme Court if that's what it come down to. He ain't got no problem with it. That's what he said. And then he told Wyatt, you ain't gonna do nothing but come running back home to me and your mama. He said, ain't no home, and y'all getting a divorce, and both of y'all need to leave me alone. Jim gave him a piece of advice that he might want to listen to, because he ain't got nothing right since he been on this show. You gonna live to regret saying what you just said to me. And he get up and he leave. I said. Now the doctor comes in to check on Veronica. She says she feeling better, but she's still sore. He tells her there were no internal injuries. The pain she's experiencing is because of the car accident. The doctor says she can go home if she wanted to that day, and asked if she feel up to talking with the officer who had been waiting till she was brought in to talk with her. And she said, okay. So this female officer come in there, and she want to know, Veronica said, where was she when she needed the police? And she said that she couldn't identify who had came up and ran her off the road, but she was able to tell that it's a dark colored pickup, but she didn't get a description of the said driver. I said, ooh. Child, then the officer asked, do she have any enemies? She said, girl, I'm a lawyer. I would have to sit down and think about it. She tell her if she come up with anything, she'll remember. She'll call them, but she ain't really trying to deal with them. The lady was like, look, if you remember anything, let us know. Don't try to act on it yourself. That's our job. Veronica said, I bet it in mind. I'll call you if I need you. So she leaves. Then Veronica gets on the phone to call Benny to tell him that she being discharged and he ain't got to bring her clothes. And she'll catch a car on her way to the house since she's being discharged earlier than she had anticipated. Now let's go on over to the jailhouse, because David is there, and he finally calls Veronica. She answered. She said, what the hell you want? He said, why have you put our son in jail? She said, I tried to tell him. Uh, I tried to warn him. He ain't want to listen. And so it is what it is. She tried to bring up the fact that she had been in an accident. He ain't care nothing about her being in no accident. This marriage is over. He done with Veronica. He only deal with her when he absolutely have to. And when it comes to their son, he absolutely has to. Um, she says he don't want to be he want to be with the boys. So being in jail is where he needs to be. And he was basically telling her, you know what, Veronica, you are one simple. And she said, call me a simple bitch again. Call me a simple bitch again and see what happens. And he backed down. And I said, why? I'd have said it. What more can she do? But then again, this Veronica girl, we don't want to test her. We don't want to test her gangster on this situation right here. Okay. She hung up with him. And then his phone rung again. He thought that either he hung up on her or she hung up on him, but the phone disconnected and it rung again. He thought that was Veronica. This time he was going out because he did say that word bitch, but it was Erica calling to find out if he was okay and what time he was due back home. Now, before they leave the station, David go to see Justin. At first, Justin tried to not talk to David, but David wasn't having it. He said, we're going to have this conversation because, see, I know my son is gay, and I know he got some dealings with you, and here's my advice to you. Leave my son alone. That's the best thing I can tell you. Leave my son alone. Stay away from my boy. Now, Candace is now back there in the jail. Y'all remember she went to jail last week for robbing. I guess it was that guy she took all his money. The one that was married, she took all his money. He thought he was finna have a night with her, but he got played. I'm assuming that that's the guy because we still don't know who she supposedly robbed. But she back in the jail, and her and Jeffrey is able to have a talk, and she telling him to be cool, don't talk. David gonna get him out. He's saying that he basically talking too much. Well, I didn't do this. This was you and your brother. She's saying be cool. You can't be talking up in here. Your daddy gonna get you out of this situation. Everything gonna work out all right. She telling him to calm down, but Jerry losing it, and then Candace is taken to the back. I'm assuming the lady that came and got her was taking her to the female holding cell. Now, let's go on over to Veronica house, because Mitch done heard some stirrings going on up there, up them stairs in Veronica house. He go up there and catch Benny full blown in the middle of a sex act with Melissa, child. He basically told him to go back downstairs, and he did. But when he went back down there, Veronica walked through that door, and he was like, oh my goodness. Now, luckily for him, Veronica was sore and allowed him to go up there and get Benny, because she was asking about Benny. He said Benny was upstairs in her room getting her stuff together. She said, she called him. He said, well, the phone probably in the car. I'll go get him. And like I said, because she's sore, she don't protest. He go up there and get him the 911 signal. Her downstairs. So now they scrambling trying to put clothes on. And has Melissa lost her mind? Because Ben is struggling trying to get them clothes on before Veronica decide to be nosy and come up their stairs and catch him, all indecent with this girl and sets it completely off. Melissa over there trying to get with Mitch, talking about you can finish where he been and left off at. I said, you done really hurt a person when you drive them so bad they lose their mind. Because clearly this girl is losing her mind, and it's manifesting itself in her wanting to be promiscuous with her body. I was like, ooh, girl. Child. So they make it back downstairs before Veronica gets the idea to come up the stairs. When they come down the stairs, she noticed Melissa is sitting over here half dressed. Girl, go put some damn clothes on. You like me like that. Yeah, for my son, but not these people here. And she said something, I think, like something along the line of Benny, did you have a problem with it? And Veronica wasn't trying to hit it. And it came out in that little conversation that Benny and Veronica had messed around before. And Melissa was shocked to hear that, child. Yes, she was. She was shocked to hear that. Well, she decides that, Benny tell her, let me take you upstairs and get you laid down comfortable and whatnot. And she agreed to that. Of course, she gonna let him do whatever. So she tell Melissa, girl, I'm gonna deal with you later. She said, Melissa said, well, handle that foundation and them edges first. I said, girl, you is writing a check. Can your little ass cash that? I don't know. Upstairs, Veronica trying to get Benny to stay and trying to kiss on him and all of that. And he, he ain't really trying to go down that road with her again. It's clear. Plus, he just got through banging your son's fiance. He really don't want you. He didn't have some of this new booty. He said he gotta go and says he'll come back and check on her later. Get downstairs and Mitch is being hit on by Melissa. They going on make their way out this here house of hell because it ain't nothing godly going on inside Veronica Harrison's house. She crazy and got her foot on a banana peel in the Uden, hanging out the door from being completely a psychopath. And Melissa then been pushed and treated so badly by this woman and broken down so bad because she needed this woman to help her pay for her daddy's medical condition, and he done died on her, and now she feel like she ain't got no reason to live. So she just about as dangerous as Veronica is at that point. But in the car, Benny was asking him why he did it. He was like, he didn't really want to answer it. Benny said, because she got some, she got a nice ass. You might not should have did that. Veronica up there looking out the window. So we know she got ideas in her head about her and Benny getting back together, doing something, strange. Now, girl, Katherine she done moved into her old family home. Plantation child, plantation style home. Gave me green leaf teas if you ask me. Hannah done come over there to help her out because she said she was gonna help her show her new maid Joanne the ropes of how to run the house and how Katherine liked things. It's a beautiful house. She give Hannah this tour of the home, and every room we saw was beautiful. They end up in the kitchen and Hannah meets Joanne. She explains that Hannah's there to help her adjust and learn how to, the ropes of being able to run the day-to-day operations of the household for Katherine, okay? Then Derrick is there too, and Katherine did everything she could to get up out of there. Now, she done brought Hannah to help Joanne, but she done took Joanne off to go show Joanne some stuff she need to know, giving Hannah some time to talk to Derrick, and Hannah was on top of it. She said that everything she sleep. He said, yeah. He said he never told Katherine why Hannah turned him down. And she said, well, why you didn't? He said, because I don't know. He wants to try Hannah tea because before Katherine left out the room, she was saying that Hannah makes some of the best tea, I guess, this side the Mississippi or whatever. So now he want to have a little bit of Hannah's tea. And while she's preparing that tea, he tell her that, I ain't just no, I ain't no screw out here in these streets, girl. I was married 30 years. My wife died last year of cancer, and I have 2 adult sons. They talk about the churches that they affiliated with, and he invites Hannah to his church, and you can see that started breaking her down a little bit. Okay, he might not be a complete creep, but I ain't convinced that he ain't no creep, period. He just might not be a complete one, if you understand where I'm going with this, okay? Um, she apologizes for not trusting Derrick. Say she thought he was on the prowl. He laughed about it. Then he said he not on no prowl. She said, well, he shouldn't be because he's probably got quite a few suitors ready to, spend time with him or whatever. He told her, yeah, but I ain't into that because, see, the word says when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing, not the other way around. I am the chaser. I don't like to be chased is what he basically was telling her, and that impressed her some. So she said, you know what? I understand you just wanted to take me out, but since we ain't gonna have that, why don't we consider this tea date our coffee date that you wanted to have? And he was cool with that, okay? So they decided to not to sit and enjoy each other's company over Hannah tea, and while he gets more acquainted with who Hannah is. Okay. He told her basically he's lonely. He misses his wife and he's lonely. He ain't out here trying to do nothing but have somebody to spend a little time with. And I said, well, you know what, Tyler, you need to be listening to us reviewers because I'm finna give you some good piece of little advice. It would be nice, considering all the tragedy this woman has suffered, for her to have somebody. Now, we know she not going to give up the sanctified pussy. The girl said, you done got me with that one time before in another season. I'm not falling for the okie doke again. But it would be nice for her to have somebody on this show that can keep her company sometime. Just some companionship for the both of them. And if it turns into something more, then great. But if it don't, write her in something to do. She need that in her life. Her whole life should not be her children because they some messed up creatures, and it ain't. I don't really blame her completely for it, but she played a part in it, and she's tried to fix it. And I'm a firm believer as a parent myself. We do all we can, but when we can't do no more, we need to stop, pray about it, and leave that thing alone, and let the Lord come in and fight that battle. See, that's a battle that you might not need to be fighting. You got to be careful of who your battles that you choose to fight, because all of them ain't meant for you. Actually, the word say ain't none of these battles ours. It's the Lord's. Just call on him and he'll handle his business with it. But I like the fact that it look like she gonna have us some companionship, and that's what she needs. Now, Candace is now placed in that female's holding cell, and guess who she encountered? Quincy's sister Quita, who immediately started in on her relentlessly. She's saying Candace locked up for what she did to her brother. Candace said that drugs done fried her brains because this girl said my brother used to beat you because he loved you. He told me he loved you, and you know how it is sometimes. He didn't mean no harm to you. So why would you kill somebody the way you killed my brother and give him a sloppy burial like you did, putting him all up in your backyard and everything? She said you ain't think I was smart enough to realize, but yeah, I know what you did, and I think that it's about time you sit in here until you get about done rot to death. And Candace has told her, I ain't finna be sitting in here, ain't you? She said, oh, you're going to sit in here for what you did to my brother. But you see what happened? Your brother came and took my nephew, your son, with my brother away from me. I was taking care of that kid. And all you managed to do was get him killed. Candace said, I'm going to tell you now. Shut your face before something pop out. Shut up, Quita. Quita ain't want to stop. Quita kept berating her and bringing up the fact that her son had been shot in that bathroom down to the Paradise Hotel or whatever the hell, it fountain drop, child, the fountain drop, that's what it was called. And that set Candace off. She already a walking time bomb. She's a ball of emotions because she has to deal with what part she played in her son's death, the life she's choosing to live now, and the fact that she's empty. All her scheming and laying up with these men, hoeing out her body, and she is probably more miserable than uh Veronica, if you really want to know the truth. But child, that was all it took. Candace jumped up and showed us, don't forget I'm from the other side of them tracks too. And she went into her, knocked her down, and was windmilling. She was giving her a two-piece without the fry. That's what it was. It was a nice two-piece she was putting on her. And that's where the show went off at. Next week it look like it's gonna be a little bit good, child. Veronica gonna I think Veronica gonna catch David gonna catch Veronica in the bed getting it on with Benny. Benny steady be digging them ditches for itself. And some other stuff, child, I just know I remember that. But we gonna be back down here if the Lord say the same, talking about this show. I enjoy it. It look like it's picking up a little bit, and I certainly can appreciate that. Cause child, he need to resurrect this shit from the dead for real, because it's a good show and he can really work these storylines. But that was it. That was all of tonight's episode of the Have and Have Nots. If I left anything out that you feel that was important to the review, please leave it down in the panic section. We can always talk about it down there. Y'all know my best conversations don't happen on camera. It actually go down there in my panic section. That's why I be telling you, subscribe, baby, so you can get a piece of this every week. I'm down here doing the same thing. In the meantime, in between time, y'all remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video wherever it is you share videos. I'll see you guys back. I'll probably be back Thursday. Today is Wednesday. It's in early morning. I'm doing the review. And I want to say happy Valentine's Day to all of my love things. Whether you got somebody special in your life to show you how they appreciate you today or not. If you don't have nobody, please know that you're special to me. I appreciate you. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Do something nice for yourself. If ain't nobody there to appreciate you. Can't nobody appreciate you like you can appreciate yourself. But child, let me get on about him, because I got a class at 7 a.m. in the morning, and then I'm off for the rest of the day to spend a little time with my boo bae. So I'm going to holler at y'all here. Oh, and y'all be getting mad when I don't say this. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. Have a great night. Peace.